Welcome back, family. Before the video starts, I just want to thank all my channel members for the support. All right, y'all, we're back at it again with another video. It says non-human spotted. Let's see it.
This woman claims that this is proof that there are non-humans walking amongst us. Now, I don't say that lightly, like there could be another explanation, but this is pretty freaking weird. Yeah. Now, you remember in the movie They Live, when they put on the sunglasses and they could see the reptilian-y people who are amongst the normal humans? Mm-hmm. And you know how that movie might have been made about Dicenian goggles, the goggles you put on that can see people's auras, but some people don't have auras because they might not be people? Well, This woman goes to Buckingham Palace, okay? She's in Europe. She's in England. She's using a thermal camera and looking at all kinds of normal people exhibiting a heat signature. Until she goes in front of Buckingham Palace. She turns around and films the front guards on this side of the gate, and they have a heat signature. But the two guards at the inner gate that goes into Buckingham Palace, in a second I zoom it in and you'll see, they don't have a heat signature, dude. And keep watching because this is extremely bizarre. You'd think someone said, well, their clothes are thick, so you wouldn't be able to see because of their clothes. But look at these two guys on either side of the door. No heat signature on their faces. You'd think for sure if it's picking up the heat signature of this light, should pick up their face. So now last I checked, reptiles are cold-blooded and have less of a heat signature. I'm just saying, should we get thermal cameras and check things out? Now, according to Google's AI, there is no scientific evidence confirming aliens live among us. As if you'd be waiting around for the science to be settled on that. Dude, by the way, aliens, schmalians, just know if there is any non-human entities out there, they're not from space or through any firmament, okay? They're from other lands. They would be from other lands outside of the ice wall, which I can't wait to explore once human freedom is restored. That being said, could there be other creatures from other realms around us? Honestly, from all the rabbit holes I've been down and how many deceptions we've been deceived by, and all the stuff that we've been fooled about, I would definitely imagine that is not too crazy of a thought for me to entertain. Now, do we know there's multidimensional entities around us? Yes. Do they harvest low vibrational frequency emotions? Yes. Is that why you should be extremely positive all the time? That's one of the reasons. Yes. Flip the brainwave state into everything that happens to you is good and everything that is happening is for the better, and it will completely change your reality, and you literally do not need to take my word for that. Try it for 4 days and watch what blessings appear into your life. Oh, and before you ask for anything more, first make sure you are mentioning how
Barack Obama is currently going viral after he just confirmed that aliens are 100% real. Yes, you 100% just heard me correctly. Recently, Barack Obama was being interviewed when the interviewer asked him straight up, are aliens real? And Barack Obama decided to answer it and say, yes, they are real, but he has never personally seen them. In the interview, he also stated that they are not located in Area 51, so he has no idea where they actually are, but he knows that they are 100% real. I mean, this is the former president of the United States 100% confirming that aliens do in fact exist and they are 100% real. Like, that is just absolutely crazy. I mean, I think we all could agree that we always thought that aliens did in fact exist, but now we got 100% concrete evidence and confirmation that aliens do in fact exist from the former president himself, Barack Obama. Absolutely crazy. And I'm curious to know your thoughts about all of this.
Wow, they pretty much just said that water is wet. Pretty much just said that, wow, humans could walk. Dude, we've been known aliens were real. I also feel like he's lying because he said he doesn't know where they keep them and doesn't know what they look like. He knows all that. He's just not going to tell us. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm saying, we've been known aliens were real. We just want to know, like, their purpose and, like, I don't know what they're really here for, you know what I'm trying to say?
They told you Valentine's Day was about love, but nobody ever asked who benefits from that story. One day a year where love suddenly needs proof, and somehow words stop being enough. If you don't buy something, if you don't plan something, it feels like you've already failed. Flowers, chocolates, dinners, gifts. Not because you want to, but because you're expected to. And if you're alone, the silence gets louder. like the world is reminding you something's missing. Because loneliness isn't just a feeling. It's one of the most profitable emotions there is. So they sell you love in boxes, in dinners, in little red hearts, and call it meaning. But real love was never something you had to prove, and it was never supposed to come with a price tag.
You're already infected.
Honestly, I could agree with that. It's like every nowadays, bro, it depends on the girl you mess with, but all these girls be wanting everything, bro. It's like, I feel like as a dude, or if you're in a relationship, like you and your girl shouldn't have to be like, all right, now I have to get flowers, now I have to get chocolate, now I have to. It's like, why do you have to? You don't have to anything. You know what I'm saying? If you know I mess with you, that's just it. Like,
this 747 was forced to turn around mid-Atlantic crossing and dump 20 tons of fuel after one of the horses it was transporting broke loose. The 747 freighter departed JFK Airport in New York carrying livestock, including at least one horse. About 30 minutes after takeoff and climbing through 31,000 feet, the pilot contacted air traffic control to report that a horse had escaped its stall and could not be re-secured. Although the aircraft was of course still flyable, the crew decided to return to JFK. But they were too heavy, so before landing, they jettisoned roughly 20 tons of fuel over the Atlantic. The flight then made a safe return to New York, where the pilot requested veterinary assistance for the loose horse.
Not many people get to experience this. Oh wow, that looks cool. Oh!
I figure we cover a lot of disturbing topics, so for once, why don't we cover something that's beautiful, one of nature's wonders. This is a super viral TikTok video that I got tagged in, shows a guy on the beach. The ground is absolutely littered with sand that appears to be glowing blue. He picks up a couple handfuls of the sand, throws it up into the air, and no, this is not AI, nor is it CGI. Instead, this is a very real example of something known as bioluminescence. Specifically, this is bioluminescent algae. So first off, bioluminescence can be observed in a variety of different animals. This is essentially just saying that they're able to make their own form of cold light. But in my opinion, the most famous example of bioluminescence is when it's present in water as a result of these very tiny single-celled organisms known as dinoflagellates. The light is actually a defense mechanism by the dinoflagellates, and it's activated by movement. So if you throw it up or swim in it, the water appears brighter, which is why it's somewhat present here at the beginning and then very present when he throws it up, agitating them.
This is not Ghislaine Maxwell. It looks like her, kinda. I mean, looks like a more aged version of her.
There is no way this is Ghislaine Maxwell. This is the most recent photo of her released on Monday, February 9th, 2026. When you do a side-by-side comparison, the noses don't match, and either do the eyes. Looks like they've got the body double fitted with a cheap Amazon wig. When have we seen this before? Not only that, but the Friday before this picture was taken, New York Post conveniently got footage of Ghislaine Maxwell walking the yard in prison, and what do you know? They are now handing out umbrellas in jail. You know, to make sure her skin doesn't get damaged, or maybe so we don't see her face. The question now is, did she ever actually go to prison? She may have taken these photos in 2020, but the video from that same day seems to be somebody entirely different. So, what do you think? Did Ghislaine's appearance completely change in the last 6 years since she's been in prison? Or did they swap her out with a bad body double? As always, I want to hear down below.
Yeah, that does look kind of weird. I mean, to be honest, 6 years in prison is a long time, and like she's probably not getting fed properly. So I would expect her to get a little bit more chunky if she is eating. But yeah, it also does kind of look like she's a fake person. Like, that does look kind of fake, I'm not gonna lie. DB Cooper update.
The FBI just quietly dropped 686 classified files on DB Cooper, and one of the new files shows that they literally photoshopped their top suspect's face to match the hijacker. These new files are actually showing that he took apart one of the parachutes during the hijacking to see if it was sabotaged. He already knew the airplane's entire refueling procedures, he already knew the ground below the airplane, and he recovered every single note that he wrote. The only thing that DB Cooper left behind was a $1 clip-on tie from JCPenney. Okay. Within these files, there is a new photo of Richard Floyd McCoy, which is the suspect that I already told you about in the last part. The FBI actually altered this photo to show him wearing the same sunglasses that witnesses described Cooper wearing. What that means is that they are seriously investigating this guy and they might think it's him. And now McCoy's son just officially said himself that the FBI told him the next step is getting his father's body for DNA testing. They want to match his body against the DNA that they found on that clip-on tie from JCPenney. Dude, his kids even turned over a skydiving logbook that they found of their father showing jumps in the exact locations where both of these hijacks happened. Is it adding up or no? After 50 years of literally nothing on this case, the FBI is now talking about digging up the prime suspect's body to see if it was him. I will obviously let you know the second something drops.
This is proof that if you do something crazy in life, you do a crime, you do something that you think you can get away with, the FBI is not letting you get away with it. It's been 50 years. Bro is probably actually in the grave, and they're still trying to find out if it was him. Why did NASA deal with Nikon? Let's see it.
Did you know that NASA made a deal with Nikon conveniently right before the last solar eclipse? And shortly after, they discontinued the P1000, which is what you're seeing right now, commonly referred to as the Globe Buster because it can zoom in on ships that have apparently gone over the curvature of the Earth and it brings them back into perspective. How convenient is that? I think a big reason that they did this was because people were able to zoom right in on objects that are apparently 235,000 kilometers away. Does that look like it's 235,000 kilometers away to you guys? Or does it look a little bit closer to the Earth? Like the same size of the sun, the same distance away, just the way we observe. Maybe that's why they discontinued it. Or was it because people were exposing what stars actually look like, zoomed in, but we're told that stars are billions of light years away? How can we zoom in that close on something that is billions of light years away? How is that possible? And when we zoom in on the stars and we kind of see that the patterns that the stars do and how they twinkle in the night sky, twinkle, twinkle, little star, they look very similar to water reflecting in a pool. This looks like water and frequency, just like this right here. This is the sun reflecting in a pool and giving this reflection. It's the same thing. It looks the exact same way. Buddy's gonna kick it right here. My boy Clark, he's gonna kick it and you're gonna see it's the same thing, guys. Water's above, so below. Ships do not go over the horizon, over the curvature. The Earth is as flat as a pancake. The P1000 proves it, and this is why it was discontinued. You got to stay awake and stay aware in this life. Read the Bible, observe with your own eyes, and you will find the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And don't forget to like, share, and follow for more hidden truth. Peace and love.
What is the blue mark on your Costco meat? Why is it blue? Blue mark on meat? Oh no.
What is the blue mark on your Costco meat?
Ew! Ho, ho, ho. It looks like it's
Gotta be honest
mold.
with you guys, I don't really consume meat, so this is something I've never seen before, but after doing some research, this doesn't seem like that big of a deal. The video that you guys just watched shows a TikToker in what I believe to be Costco making a concerned face, then flipping the camera around, we can see some meat right here, and right here you'll notice that there is a blue mark, and they're wondering, why is it blue? Right off the bat, you should be aware that this is dye. Meat does not naturally have any blue hue like this, but the positive thing is the dye supposedly here is safe to consume. Specifically, this dye is supposedly derived from vegetables, which is why it's safe to consume, and the entire purpose for it to begin with is to be a stamp that certifies that the animal and the cuts of meat have passed inspection, and it's good for human consumption. So seeing this on your meat is actually a good thing, it's not a bad thing, and if it really does concern you that much, either buy a cut that doesn't have as much dye spread around, or just cut around it. Again, I'm a pescatarian, so this is not really something I have to worry about. Let me know if you guys have had any bad experiences with this or anything like that.
I mean, to be honest, if you see that, I don't know. If I saw it at least, I wouldn't eat it. I don't know. To me, that just looked like spoiled meat. And it's crazy to think that they actually dye meat. Like that red dye you see right there in the beef, it's probably not actually from the beef. It's probably, like I just said, red dye. Just like how in my previous video, I explained how when I went to the market, I was getting some wild caught salmon and the butcher was explaining to me that the farmed race salmon is filled with dyes and oils and different sort of minerals that are added, and it's not their actual color. His most disturbing 1006 Amazon purchases.
Can we talk about his Amazon purchase history for like 1 second? Because sure, this man had money, but he ordered stuff through Amazon just like everybody else. Not even the most disturbing thing was the girls' school uniforms that he ordered. And a lot of them. We're talking skirts, dresses. We're talking repeated over the course of years, girls and young women's school outfits. A lot of books about psychology and politics. A prostate massager, a lot of binoculars, like I think they've counted at least 7 so far, ranging from $99 to over $220. Before he was arrested, guess what he ordered? A prisoner costume, along with other costumes. Getting into the really disturbing stuff that there was no way he was using this himself, women's supplements, specifically those for females for tightening. Children's clothing, including toddlers and babies. This man didn't just have baby clothing, but he had toys and other baby supplies sent to his homes like his one in Manhattan. Creeped out yet? Well, here's a doozy. DOJ has found proof of him ordering FBI outfits. It makes sense if he was getting ideas from those psychology books. Apparently, it doesn't take much to put together an outfit to look like a legit agent. No wonder there were so many rumors in his inner circle that he was working for either the FBI or the CIA. If he was buying outfits like this online, all one person would have to do was see one of these outfits hidden in his closet for them to then suspect he was something far more than just the monster that he is.
Hey, they might have been Halloween costumes, who knows? Britney Spears is cloned. Epstein files released this.
And ladies and gentlemen, the Epstein files are now saying that Britney Spears is cloned. We all wondered, what happened to the London look? Why does she have that gap in her teeth? It's because it's not Britney. The Britney Spears that we have seen, especially recently, is not Britney Spears. Who would put gaps in their teeth if they had perfect pearl whites? Remember Britney like this. This was Britney. This is Britney Spears. This is not. This is Britney Spears. This is not. This is Britney Spears. So Britney actually recorded a song called Original Doll, and here are some of the lyrics. The chorus says, she's the original, she's unforgettable. She wants you to know, yeah, she's been cloned. It's kind of incredible, she's so unpredictable, yeah, yeah. She wants you to know, yeah, she's been cloned, she's been cloned, she's been cloned. And did this record come out? No, it was canceled for unknown reasons. What? I definitely feel like when Britney Spears was a judge on X Factor USA, it was still her. You can see the teeth there. I always just go by the teeth. The teeth really don't change that much. Whereas like a nose or your ears will grow as you get older. The teeth don't really change unless you get veneers or unless you chip your tooth, right? So I do feel like this still was Britney Spears, but the crash out Britney, I don't know. And now that the Epstein files have this document saying that they like cloned her, you know, it's very interesting. It's very interesting.
Michael Jackson was getting ready to step on stage. The crew was busy setting the pyrotechnics that were supposed to go off safely behind him. But when he walked toward his mark, the effect suddenly triggered too soon, exploding on top of him before he was anywhere near ready. The blast sent a shower of sparks straight into his head, but he kept performing without realizing he was on fire. By the time the flames reached his scalp and people rushed over, the burns were already too severe, leaving him with a permanent bald spot that never healed properly and had to be covered with wigs and extensions until the day he passed away.
This American cargo ship was attacked and hijacked by Somali pirates in 2009. The ship, named Maersk Alabama, was on a humanitarian aid mission from Oman to Kenya when it was attacked about 480 kilometers off the coast of Somalia. 4 pirates on several small boats quickly approached and took control of the ship. They stole all the money and took Captain Richard Phillips hostage before fleeing on a lifeboat. The crew immediately sent a distress signal to the nearest warship. The U.S. Navy responded quickly. American warships negotiated with the pirates, holding the captain on a lifeboat for 3 days. The pirates demanded $2 million in ransom. The United States continued negotiating for several days, and when the pirates let their guard down, they shot and killed 3 of them. The ringleader, Abdul Wali Moose, was captured, and Captain Richard Phillips was safely rescued. In 2011, Abdul Wali Moose was tried in the United States for piracy and sentenced to 33 years in prison. During his sentence, he completed a college program.
What the hell? They have college programs in prison? Yo, that dude does not deserve no college program, bro. Put him in the cell and throw away the keys.
This girl captured something creepy. Her dad had recently passed away, but look what she was able to capture in her camera as she was getting home.
Landlocked Bermuda Triangle. So there's this region in Nevada called the Nevada Triangle where people in planes disappear. Guess how many planes have gone missing and or crashed in the Nevada Triangle? 2,000. But this area, this Nevada Triangle, parts of it are the Sierra Nevada mountains, and there's also part of it which is Area 51. But there's this one story in particular, Steve Fawcett. This dude was like this adventurer. He goes flying one day in this Nevada Triangle region, disappears.
Dang.
Never heard from.
No crash site, no nothing?
Nothing. They searched the area tens of hundreds of miles. They just combed it. And then there was one hiker a year later was walking and he stepped on something. It was the Steve Fawcett's ID. And he's like, what? And then a mile or so away from that, there was 2 bones found. And those bones belonged to Steve Fawcett. And then they found the plane. But while they found this plane, they found 8 planes that they never knew disappeared.
How does that happen?
There's a couple of theories. Around Area 51, they do a lot of technical jamming of like coordination, GPS jamming and stuff that would mess with people.
Yeah, maybe if we do a Vegas trip, we're driving.
How does Bermuda Triangle get this huge reputation? And yet we don't hear anything about this.
Maybe because of Amelia Earhart.
Well, some people speculate she also disappeared in the Nevada Triangle.
Instead of the Bermuda Triangle?
Yeah, I don't know where they get that.
Okay, did you guys hear what Trump just officially signed into order? Like, this is now officialized. And many people are wondering if this is great news or shocking news. Let me know your thoughts.
Withdrawing from the World Health Organization. Ooh, that's a biggie. To assess the World Health Organization's role in severely mismanaging and covering up this.
Okay, so the U.S. officially exited the World Health Organization. And of course, many people are wondering if the World Health Organization is truly invested. Notice how, by the way, just hold on a second. 33 segments on what appears to be a flat Earth map and a serpent, reptilians, around this thing in the middle. I mean, there is some symbology there. Isn't the World Health Organization and the UN, they have a freaking base on top of Mount Hermon, which is allegedly where one of the fallen angels landed? Like, this is kind of weird stuff. It could be even more profound than we may think. But here's the thing. Okay, the U.S. exited the World Health Organization. That's freaking seemingly great, because a lot of us have questions about the WHO. However, in its place, we just heard RFK say that we need to go biometric. Everyone should be getting, like, wearing something that can test everything that's going on with them and it be connected to AI. At the same time that they're launching Palantir, are we going to have like digital biometrics and stuff, man? Because that sounds like the plan. So while this does, in theory, like get people excited, that sounds like a step in the right direction, but not if in its place we're getting like our own homemade, homegrown WHO, but in a different form with Palantir. Like, you got to admit, you got to watch out for these red herring. They point in one direction while the other hand's doing the thing. It's the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below and follow for more.
Epstein files an Avicii music video. Avicii?
So many Epstein file connections to the Avicii music video. Start by seeing a group of guys outside of this truck. A lot of them look older, healthy, dressed up nice. They're all standing here waiting to buy something. This guy who's selling the product opens up the truck, and what's inside is this. Someone decides they want 2 of these and they're loading them up in the car. Annie says you're going to enjoy them. We see them escaping, running in a field, away from this person. We see them escape into water. We then see these 2, dressed in all black, walk in to see this person looking at a laptop and being gross. They decide he needs to go. And every time they do this, they're marking them off the list. We see this guy from the beginning also get marked off the list. Then we see this guy, there's a protest outside. We see the ones dressed in black walking through the crowd. We see them behind him. They take him up to the roof and he sees this, the ones that escaped. And since he was a part of buying the product from the beginning, they decide it's his time to go and they put this artwork of PDF on his back. His music video was released 10 years ago and he was unalived by himself. People believe that he did not do that, somebody else did, because he was telling the truth. He was not afraid to show that they were buying this, doing to them what the files said that they did, showing that a lot of people that are in control are this way. And there's only so much I can say, so please go do your research about the files because you need to be informed.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of people and a lot of celebrities in music videos that subtly give hints. Like, this was one of them. We saw the Katy Perry one with the eating humans. It's crazy what's going on in the world right now. Kardashian tries to confuse the lie detector when asked if she's a part of the Illuminati.
Are you a part of the Illuminati? Yes. No.
Wow.
Did that come up as a lie when I said yes?
Yes, that's true.
Oh, see? That means I'm not. She said, are you a part of the Illuminati? And I said, yes.
And then you changed it.
And then I said, no. But I said, I'm just kidding.
Don't try to work the system.
Whether you love her or you hate her, Erica just told on herself, and I don't think she realizes it. A lot of other people are clocking it too. Going back to September 8th, 2 days before Charlie dies. Last live show that he did, he was in his office on the Charlie Kirk show. Framed on the bookshelf behind him is his wedding photo. Then on September 9th, a couple of very odd things happened, not relating to Charlie, but relating to Charlie and Erica. Erica herself in interviews after his death explained that he ended up sleeping in their daughter's room.
So I said, I want you to have a good night's sleep. Go ahead and sleep in her room. And
she herself being the one to tell him to go sleep in their daughter's room the night before he died. Her reason being because he wasn't sleeping well. Also sharing that her husband wasn't wearing his wedding ring, adding that he had to come back in the bedroom the next day into their bathroom to get his wedding ring. Is this a big deal? Maybe not. But then insiders share that they had a priest come to their house the night before his death. Not to pray over Charlie and the college debate he was attending the next day. He was there to pray over their marriage and Erica. We're talking the same night a priest showed up at their house to pray over their marriage. He also did not sleep in the bedroom with his wife and did not wear his wedding ring. But wait, there's more. Because the following day, September 10th, we all know what happened. After Charlie's death, we got Erica Kirk in mourning. But by this point, Erica had already told on herself and her marriage. She just didn't realize it. All thanks to this teary-eyed interview, September the 12th, 2 days after her husband's death, where she held her podcast inside of her husband's office, where she herself admits to not having been inside of his office for a very long time. What is very obviously missing in his office? Their framed wedding photo. Everything else is in its place, but not that, and she doesn't even realize it because she's not the one who took it down. So who would take down the framed wedding photo of Charlie and Erica? That gorgeous reminder of their union. Easy. The last person to have access and who was in Charlie's office. Charlie himself. Which was why she had no idea just by filming in her husband's office that she was telling on herself, and whether Charlie did this intentionally or not tells us a whole lot more about the truth behind not just Erica and Charlie, but Erica herself. A lot of people questioning the rumors that a billionaire was trying to come in to Turning Point USA, that Erica was happily encouraging this while Charlie was actively fighting it.
If you see a house flashing like this, get away from it now, as whatever happens to your life after this, the authorities are allowing. People were terrified after a TikToker named Jake L. Owens went viral for recording an abandoned home that started to give off a skin-crawling cry for help, with many noticing the lights have been flashing a military signal meaning SOS for several nights. And this is happening more and more. Haunting words from the daughter of the parents who used to live there say that the home has been abandoned and empty since 2020, leaving many asking if no one is there, who is keeping the electricity on. But it gets worse, as when 911 was called, the authorities refused to go inside even after hundreds of calls, with the authorities saying they don't see or hear anyone inside. However, the daughter even confirms that there is a basement in which cannot be seen from the outside, and is where you can control the lights.
Who one knows where that woman who saw a shapeshifter on a plane is?
What happened to that girl on the plane that swore there was a non-human sitting next to her? Do you guys remember that? Because right after that, she disappeared. Back in July of 2023, a woman went viral in American Airlines because she was freaking out, claiming that someone sitting next to her was not a human. He was not real, which freaked out everyone. She looked completely terrified, like if she saw something that she wasn't supposed to see. People joked and said she was drunk or on something, but body language experts said that she was genuinely terrified. The kind of fear your brain releases when you are not supposed to see something, or when you just can't explain what's in front of you. After this video went viral, she went completely silent. No interviews, no reactions, no nothing. It was like if she had just disappeared. Months later, she appeared in like this one interview. It was like an interview or like a video of her apologizing, but everyone claimed that she looked completely different. She was just too nervous, too weird.
Yep.
It looked like she was almost coached on what to say.
This is for sure one of those things that was just super weird, that never got solved, that we never heard an answer for. Somebody needs to have this woman on a podcast to talk about what really happened. Stay weird.
Donald Trump just leaked classified information.
Listen.
Shocking parallels between school and jail. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be a good one.
Take a look at this video and let me know if you notice any striking similarities between the public education system and literal prison. The resemblance is uncanny. Artificial lights, artificial materials, bells to tell you to go in and out, raise your hand, ask to leave, in a cage, I get it. But still, what is with that? I think the optimal school classroom is outside. I don't think young people should be, like myself was, under artificial lights, which, by the way, artificial lights shortens the lifespan of fruit flies and chickens by about 50%. Wow. It also makes them more agitated, at least the chickens, and the hens laid less eggs under artificial light as well. And then there's another study that shows when you're surrounded by artificial materials, I'll find the source on this, but they basically tested the heart rates of students in classrooms with, plastic tables, metal chairs and all that versus outside or something. And they had thousands of more heartbeats per day inside or surrounded by artificial materials. So it is a silent stressor on our system. Now, let me know what you guys think. Is it possible we could improve the way the education system works, or is that just too far out? Also, what's with the slop we get fed? In Japan, they got homemade broths, everything handmade from scratch. Where I went to high school, it was frozen pizza and frozen French fries. Those are the two basically things you could buy. And they were expensive too. It wasn't so cheap. It should have been organic. And I do wish RFK would do more organic stuff. So far, what did we do? Did we even ban fluoride yet? I mean, come on. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And just know the best days are ahead. The brightest days are ahead. And follow for more.
The KD files are insane.
I cannot believe the Kevin Durant files are real. I cannot believe that his burner has been exposed. This is one of the greatest days on NBA Twitter I've ever seen. As you can see by the look on his face, they have caught him in 4KD, matter of fact. And we need to go over some of these tweets because I just can't believe it. Starting off, we have tweets about his current teammates on the Houston Rockets. He basically said Şengün can't shoot or defend, and he called Jabari Smith an R-word that I will not be repeating. And I don't know what's crazier, the fact that Jabari Smith has publicly stated that he grew up idolizing KD, now he plays with his idol, and his idol says this about him, or the fact that aside from the R-word, I do publicly support the slander of those players. Stay with me. You watch a Rockets game and tell me I'm wrong. Continuing with that theme of KD bashing teammates, he said his former teammate Devin Booker and the head coach Frank Vogel were running a dictatorship in Phoenix, and he compared them to Stalin and Hitler. It gets crazier. He said that Russell Westbrook would actively compete against him, and he called him a triple-double cocaine bear. Hey, but he did say Kyrie never competed with him, which, I mean, Kai. He said he tried to hold Steph Curry accountable in film when he was in Golden State, and all the teammates looked at him like that. And I know when he says teammates, he's referring to Draymond. He cannot fool me. The only positive leak that I saw was him saying that he misses Ben Simmons because he used to pass him the ball. I know. And what's crazy is that all of this drama came about because he decided to reply to a tweet about someone slandering the new NBA award designs. Someone take that man's phone. Even the Houston Rockets admin is making jokes about this. This begs the question though, if you could see another player's text, DMs about other players in the league or teammates that they played with, who would you like to see? And I'm picking 2018 Bron. Or even current Bron, because I know some nasty things have been said about Gabe Vincent. I don't know how KD and the Rockets recover from this, how the locker room heals, but realistically, it's KD, he's gonna get a bucket, and people are gonna forget.
Look at Lady Gaga with the blonde hair right there, right? Who's this? Huh? Who was that right there with the black thing on her hair? Dressed in all black. Lady Gaga's right here with blonde hair. You see her with her arms up, right? Watch this. Somebody put this together, and it wasn't me. Somebody noticed this, and it wasn't me. That's all I gotta say. Who's this? Who's this? Something is going on here, guys. Remember when I said that Lady Gaga was looking lighter at the Grammys? I don't know, guys, but something's up. Doesn't it look like she has a different nose here? Who's grabbing her? Huh? Who's grabbing her? Because people are saying that that's her handler. Something is going on here, guys, and I don't know anything at all. You know what time is it? Right in plain sight. And you know what's in plain sight? Lady Gaga. But they're saying this is Lady Gaga when she was younger. I don't know about all that. This is what they're saying. This is the picture that came up. But for some reason in this picture, they look like they put her head there. Doesn't it look like that? Like they put her head on someone else's neck? This is what it looks like. That doesn't mean that's what it is. Nah, just playing around, guys. Entertainment purposes only. That lady that had the black thing on her head, that wasn't Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga was clearly with the blonde hair. You see what was going on here, guys. I don't know, guys, but the one dressed in all black with the black thing in her hair, was that the real Lady Gaga? And the other Lady Gaga was the CL one? I don't know. Let me know. I'm out.
because what was just shown on Donald Trump's phone could literally retire us. At a recent dinner Donald Trump attended, he meant to put his phone in the pocket, but he accidentally leaked the Golden Dome. And if you saw that picture, it's the Golden Dome of America. And this is exactly his plan to build a Golden Dome for America, which will stop all nuclear missiles from like Russia, China, Iran for coming into the airspace. And it's even currently being built in Greenland. But what's more insane is that leaked Epstein files show that Larry Fink and Donald Trump have plans to tokenize it. So of course, me knowing Larry Fink's the CEO of BlackRock, I went to his portfolio and I see that he's holding a coin called Dome. So of course I had to check it out on Deck Screener, and I see it's only the $2.2 million market cap. So when Donald Trump takes the State of Union address on February 24th, he could very well mention this coin and it'll go ballistic. This is because we already have countries like UAE spending $500 million for protection underneath the Golden Dome. So
I don't think the Golden Dome is classified information. He's been talking about that for like almost years now.